So with a general power rule, let's look at a couple of more examples to get an idea of how we set these up. The first one is if I have function f of x and it is equal to 1 over x squared. And again, we need to set this up as the general power rule has it, such that that variable is no longer in the denominator. So let's rewrite this, and we'll just rewrite it as the function. So we're going to have 1 times x to the negative 2, which, as you know, is just simply x to the negative 2. So that'd be a little bit easier to see. Now we'll go ahead and take the derivative, and we will just say that f prime of x is equal to, and we'll say the derivative with respect to x for x to the negative 2. And since it is in this form, since it is in the general power form now, we're going to bring the power down, the negative 2. So we'll bring that down. And we're going to multiply that by x raised to the negative 2, but we're going to subtract 1 from it. So that's going to give us negative 2 x to the negative 3. And since we were originally given a function in fractional form, let's go ahead and put this back into that form. And this is the derivative equation right here, or function. So we can just rewrite that as negative 2 over x to the third. So these are the same thing. It's just a matter of how our professor might want this notated. So let's go ahead and do another example. So this time we'll say that we are given a function g of x, and we'll say that it's equal to the cube root of x squared. But to rewrite this, we know what the power is, so let's go ahead and just put the variable x. We'll write the power, and then you're going to say divided by 3. That's the way that you would write a root. It's the power over the root. So it is cube root, so we have x raised to second power divided by 3. Now we can take the derivative, or find the derivative of this function. So we're going to have g prime of x is equal to the derivative with respect to x for x to the 2/3. So again, we take that power, we bring it out front, and we are multiplying by just simply x to the 2/3 minus 1. So on the side here, we will figure out what the power is. So 2/3 minus, and we have to make the denominators the same, so this becomes 3 over 3. So that's going to give us a negative 1/3. So now we have 2/3 x to the negative 1/3. Well, x to the negative 1/3, well, that means it's raised to the power of 1. It's still the cube root, that's in the denominator, but it's negative now, which means that it has to be a fraction. So we'll continue to rewrite this, and we will say that it is now 2/3 multiplied by 1 over, and I'll just say x to the 1/3, and then I'll write this again to show you that it just becomes a cube root. Is 1 over x to the first power. That's a cube root. And then we'll combine all of this. So, and I'll rewrite this over here so that g prime of x is equal to 2 over 3 times the cube root of x. And that's it. So hopefully that helps. Thanks again for watching.